Hello everyone and welcome to another video. My track guide for the MX5 going around Snetterton, the 200 layout. Let's get into it. For turn 1 in qualifying, you want to be all the way on the left. Turn 1 we have to take like a double apex, so I get early into the curb, drag a bit out and get back in on the curb. My braking marker is this one board here on the left. Once I get to that, I'll hit the brake to about 80% brake pressure. I'll quickly release a lot of the pressure going into a trail braking action all the way to the curb. Once I'm at the curb, I'll go full throttle again. And as I said, we take it as a double apex. So first in, drag out a little bit and go into the curb in the later part. The curb has a little bump. If you touch that, it will unsettle the car quite a lot. Turn 2 and 3 is all about optimizing your exit speed out of turn 3, because we have quite a long straight afterwards. I brake halfway between the 1 and the 2 board here on the left. Then I hit the brake for about 90% brake pressure, with easing that off all the way to the curb on the inside for turn 2. I follow the anti-cut around, so I'm hugging the curb quite a lot. Once I'm at the curb, I'll apply the throttle again. This time I'm doing it in stages, because the car is quite unstable here. Going too early on the throttle will make you spin, so you need to feel what the car needs. So if you're spinning a lot, go later on the throttle. Turn 3 is flat out if you get the line right, so you want to be cutting the curb on the inside and just touching the curb on the outside. If you touch the grass after the curb, you'll get a 1x. And now it's just one long straight all the way down to turn 4. Here drafting and bump drafting can come into play in the race. Just keep that in mind when racing here. The car is going to be quite unstable through turn 4 and 5, and I think that's the story for pretty much all of the track. My braking marker for turn 4 is this one board here on the right, and as you can see I also turn in at the same time, so we don't want to be hitting the brake too hard here. For turn 4 I aim for about 50% brake pressure before I start trail braking all the way to the curb on the inside. You want to be hogging that curb all the way on it. Get as close as you can to the anti-cuts on the inside. For turn 5, I go hard again on the brake after I leave the curb here for turn 4. Once I leave the curb, I'll be braking hard to about 90% brake pressure before going into a trail braking action all the way to the curb. I'm not cutting the curb on the inside as it will unsettle the car quite a lot, and I'm going full throttle as soon as I'm past the curb. There's a bit of runoff you can use on the outside if necessary. I barely touch it here, and as you can see the car is quite unstable all the way through that corner. Since turn 6 is banking quite a lot, it's actually flat out. Just get on the curb as early as you can and follow it all the way around, and of course use all of the curb available on the outside. For turn 7 you want to stay as close as you can to the white line on the inside, and I do that with going on and off the throttle. You don't have to brake at all. You want to be on the right side of the track to open up turn 8 a lot more. I brake when I get to these 3 sticks just in front of us, and normally I'm aiming for about 80% brake pressure, and in this one I overshoot it quite a lot. And of course I'll be easing off into trail braking all the way to the curb on the inside. And again for this one I hesitated a little bit with getting on the throttle, so it cost me going out of the corner. Normally I would be going on the throttle just before the curb or at the curb, but I can hear the car is so unstable, so I hesitated a bit and used all of the runoff on the outside. And that bad exit cost me about 2 tenths all the way up to the line, so that's why we need to get a good exit out of turn 8 as well. In the end the time was still at 1:21.3, and I'm quite happy with that. If you want more track guides for the MX5, I have them linked down below, and hopefully you enjoyed the video. If you did, leave a like down below, consider subscribing as well, and now for the uninterrupted hot laps.